Hey everybody, it's Safi and Marco Dish Out on Movies, the only movie review show on YouTube to review movies in terms of food. And it's just Marco here today to talk about Johnny Depp's movies, all of them ranked from worst to best. And I know what you're thinking, whoa, I thought this was a Stan review. No way, Jose. Number one, the original Stand is already good enough. Didn't need to make a new one. Number two, they cast the main person and then the main villain from the shitty Straw Dogs remake to be in the Stand. Trash. Number three, they race swapped a bunch of characters who did not need to be race swapped. That's trash. Not going to support that ever. And then number four, it had Amber Heard, the domestic abuser, in it. And it's so funny because they picked a character that fits her perfectly. You know, that CUNT Nadine from the original. God damn, she was the worst in the original. And so, I mean, at least they picked a character that fits her. But, yeah. Anyway, who gives a fuck about that shitty Stand, dumbass thing that's coming? God. Anyways, this is in honor of Johnny Depp. I think the only thing we've talked about with him in it has been Pirates 5. And so I think it's high time that we give him his due. So I think that the worst Johnny Depp movie, number 19, is Into the Woods. It's the worst because I hate musicals. And this movie, I did not like it at all. I thought that it was very bad. It just seemed like the hip movie of that year. Like, oh, this is the movie you take all your friends to see because it's Into the Woods and it's a cool new movie. And it was very... The only thing I remember is that I liked Chris Pine in it. And other than that, like, it had like James Corden and ugh. I hate James Corden and ugh. That was bad. Number 18 is Tusk. This movie I do not like at all. It's a very strangely boring movie. It's painful to get through. Most of the movie is just non-stop monologuing. It's basically like remember, if you ever had acting class, remember those show-off kids who just, they really thought highly of themselves? And remember, like, how they would perform things? Like, they performed every single piece of dialogue like it was just the greatest thing ever written in cinema history. They didn't perform it, like, realistically. They didn't perform it to fit the character. They performed it like... And well, this movie that's the whole movie. It just goes on and on and on and on. But actually, Johnny Depp is one of the best things about the movie because he comes in near the end of the movie and he's such a weird, unique character that he kind of works because it's like, I wish this was the whole movie. And I wish that, like, it's such a shitty movie. I hated it. I could barely sit through it. The only reason that I actually kept watching because of Johnny coming in near the end. So, number 17 is Alice in Wonderland. Ugh. I saw this movie in theaters and ugh. Oh God. This movie was just dull, uninspired. It's got some enjoyable moments, I guess. Like, it's bad, though. It's not something I'd ever want to watch again. But the thing is that Johnny Depp did okay. He did okay. But, I mean, the movie itself, I would say that the only redeeming quality to me that I would say that stands out is Helena Bonham Carter as the queen. I thought she did a good job, and she looked really funny. But yeah, the movie's just pretty bad. It's pretty like cartoony and just not my kind of movie. Number 16 is Secret Window. I don't like this movie at all. In fact, I think it's probably like my least favorite Stephen King movie. It's just not good at all. It's very predictable, and it's just not good. Johnny Depp wasn't very good in it. It just lacks something to like. Like, it's just not good. It's a Stephen King story that should have never been made into a movie, in my opinion. Number 15 is Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. Ugh. God, I hate this movie. This movie pissed me off. I was a kid. I loved Pirates of the Caribbean. I loved the series. I had toys from them. I used to pretend to be Pirates of the Caribbean as a kid. I had a Pirates of the Caribbean video game. I was excited for this movie, and oh my god, it was terrible. It's just a giant clusterfuck. It's very unsatisfying after the really good second one. The villain's trash. The final battle is trash. Everything. It's so confusing. It's so just like all over the place. I hate this movie. Number 14 is Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. I don't even remember Johnny Depp in this movie, but I hated this movie. It's just really bad. It's very cartoony. It turns Freddy Krueger into a complete joke. It's basically like a cartoon. There are some good moments. There's like a good kill here or there. I like the kill where he does the thing with the ear, and it's enjoyable in like a bad way. But yeah, very bad movie. Number 13 is Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. You guys have heard me talk about this movie before. In fact, oh wait a second, we never even uploaded that review, so technically we have never talked about Johnny Depp on this channel. That was the first review we ever filmed, the Pirates 5, and we never uploaded it, so that's a shame. But I thought it was an enjoyable mess. It had some good elements to it, like I liked seeing Johnny Depp de-aged with this like cool origin flashback, or I guess just flashback. I like Johnny Depp in this movie. I thought that he was one of the best parts, but overall it was a pretty just mediocre movie. Number 12 is Black Mass. I know people love this movie or they hate this movie. Personally, I'm not a fan of it very much. I think it's, yet again, enjoyable mediocrity. Johnny Depp is pretty good in the movie. I loved the makeup that they gave him. I thought that was cool. Honestly, I didn't have a problem with it. But the movie itself, it's just very, 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 very one-dimensional. There's not much action. There's not much to like in the movie. There's not much violence. There's a lot of stupid, boring soap opera drama type of moments. It could have been really good, to be honest. Like, I was really excited for this movie, but it was just a disappointment. It's still enjoyable. I will watch it again, though. Number 11 is The Corpse Bride, which is funny because I can't remember a single thing about this movie. It was fine from what I remember as a kid. I've never had the urge to watch it since, and I probably never will watch it again because I don't like watching mediocre things. I remember it being okay. It's just another one of those, cliche Tim Burton movies that are just kind of there. So, yeah. Number 10, I know I'm going to get hate for this one, even though this video is designed to get hate. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Now, okay, I know. I don't like the movie either, but I think it's very enjoyable in a bad way, in a good bad way. I think that it's a fun piece of shit movie. Johnny Depp is horrendous in this movie. I saw this movie in theaters and boy, oh god, was I pissed off. But for some reason, once in a while, I get the urge to watch it because it's just so bad it's good. I mean, it's just so bad. I do not know what they were thinking. Making the Oompa Loompas into, like, indigenous people or, like, people from India. And very weird choices with this movie. But for some reason, I like watching it for fun once in a while if I want to torture myself. And I just feel like, this day's already shitty. Let's watch this shitty movie and laugh at it, But yeah, it's a fun, bad movie, though. I mean, it's not like... It still pisses me off, though, to this day, the fact that they thought that this was a good idea. And that Tim Burton really just sold out with this movie. Number 9 is Rango. I remembered liking this movie. There's nothing special about it. It's a very cliche, paint-by-numbers movie. It's about a guy who lies into something, and then he ends up liking the place or people, and then the people discover that he lied, and then he has to redeem himself. And it's the same old shit we've seen. And of course they have to have the discovery scene where the liar is discovered by everyone, and he's ashamed, and there's this period where he feels really sad. But the truth is that the movie is actually pretty good. I mean, Johnny Depp is good, obviously, and the movie itself is just it's pretty good. I mean, it's not bad, but it's just something I probably never watch again. Number 8 is Dark Shadows. Now, okay, I know this movie, people hate it, but I actually enjoy it. I get what Tim Burton was going for. I looked up trivia. He actually forced the cast to watch Dracula 1972 to make this movie, and that's my favorite Dracula movie. So he was inspired off of my favorite Dracula movie. I could definitely feel that kind of sometimes, but actually the problem is that he made this movie too kiddie. He should have made this movie rated R. He should have made it darker. He should have made it less kiddie, and it would have been really good. Johnny Depp did a pretty good job. The makeup was pretty bad, though. I did not like how they made him look. I mean, if you look at Barnabas, go watch the 1970s movie House of Dark Shadows if you want to see a really good vampire movie. In that movie, they do not give Barnabas Collins, like, white face makeup to make him look scary. He looks scary all by himself, and he's terrifying. There's scenes where, like, they have the camera on his face, and he's about to bite. It really creeped me out as a kid. And so, this movie, it could have been so much better. It had the potential to be really good. And I would still say that they should continue the series and improve and make it rated R. Number 7 is 21 Jump Street. This movie is pretty good. It's nothing special once again. It's kind of funny. It's just a throwaway comedy. It's nothing special. I can't even... I remember Johnny Depp was in it at some point. Other than that, it's okay. Brie Larson managed to do a good job for once. Jonah Hill is okay. But yeah, it's just kind of there. Number 6 is Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. It's a long title. I really like this movie, actually. I have a soft spot for it. I think that it's a very fun movie. It looks really good. It has this great look to it. It's really violent, which I love the violence in the movie. This is how all movies need to be. I mean, this amount of violence, I love it. And then you got Alan Rickman, you got Johnny Depp, of course, you got Helena Bonham Carter. They're all doing a good job. The only issue that I have was some of the music, some of the stupid songs. Like, in particular, the stupid song with the guy and the young guy and then the girl. I can't even remember, like, what that song was, but I just remember, like, skipping through it because it's like, this movie is called Sweeney Todd. If I want to listen to the music, I'll listen to Sweeney Todd. And also, it's cool because it actually makes me like musicals slightly more because, I hate musicals. So, yeah, I actually really enjoy this movie in, like, a sort of mixed way. I do have problems with it. I think that it's a rocky ride, and I think that it could have been much better. At the same time, though, it's good for what it is, and it's not as bad as some of the other movies like Secret Window. So, number 5 is Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. So the first one. This movie is a classic. It is so fun. It's a great adventure movie, great action in this movie. It's actually got some like decent horror elements for being a kids movie. It just shows how good movies used to be because this movie was a kids movie and still it managed to have some adult stuff in it, to have some horror stuff in it. So yeah, I would say this movie is really good. And, obviously Johnny Depp was incredible in this movie. He played such a badass, drunken pirate, very, very cool. This was a great movie. Number 4 is Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. This is my favorite one of the series because it has the best action. It has the best villain in Davy Jones. I think that Johnny Depp was really good. This movie was thoroughly enjoyable. It was so satisfying, all the action. It was such a great, like, blockbuster, action-y movie. It had some okay horror elements here or there. And it was overall really good and enjoyable. And it's too bad that they shit the bed with the third one and ruined it. Because this movie was really good. Number 3 is Platoon. And I don't remember Johnny Depp being in this movie, but apparently he was. I've only seen this movie once, but I really liked it. It has some really good action in it. The villain is a pretty damn evil villain. I mean, he's probably one of the best villains I've ever seen in a movie. He's very creepy. And, there's some really intense moments in this movie. The one problem that I had, though, was the fact that the sound, the way that the whole movie, there's this whistling noise. It was very sort of, like, irritating to watch the movie and have to listen to that. But I get it. I really like the movie. It's hard to watch, though. It's very dramatic and depressing. And yeah, it's very impactful, and it's too bad I can't remember Johnny Depp in the movie, but he must have been good. I mean, it's people don't talk about it and say Johnny Depp was bad in Platoon. They talk about Charlie and the Chocolate Factory where he's dancing like a fucking weirdo. Number 2, I have to say Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, this movie is a classic horror movie. It manages to have all the elements of a good horror movie. And for once, it has a final girl who isn't annoying, boring, and awful. I hate final girls. I'll just lay my cards out there. I hate them. I hate how boring they are. I hate how they seem to just get away without any sort of damage whatsoever. I hate how they're always able to just, like, pull it out in the end. And it's like, oh, yeah, of course, they just get to survive. And it's, like, all about them and their stupid story. But it's like, I just wish they would get killed or someone else would be the survivor. But in this movie, I mean, Nancy's really cool. I like her, actually. I like Johnny Depp a lot in this movie. I think that he did a great job. And you got Freddy Krueger. As if people didn't already know that. But I mean, I love Freddy Krueger in this movie. He's very creepy and sinister. The way that, he does not care about pain. He cuts off his own fingers. He cuts himself. I mean, he is scary. And I used to get pretty scared by this movie as a kid. Pretty scared, and the sound was really good. Like the sound design, the sound mixing, that was really well done, to be honest. And then the music, like this movie was phenomenal. And obviously Johnny Depp is a part of like the best scene of the movie, the scene where he gets killed and blood squirts all over the room. That was incredible. This is an epic movie. And finally, number one is Ed Wood. Oh yeah, now we're getting to some good movies, because Ed Wood, I mean, oh my God, is this movie amazing. Number one, it's inspirational. Number two, it's a really well done historical movie. And it's just, there's so much to talk about, so much to love from this movie. And Johnny Depp gives an Oscar-worthy performance. I genuinely have nothing bad to say about Ed Wood. It is a perfect movie. I recommend everyone go check it out. It's very entertaining. It's funny. It's emotional at some points. It's a genuinely good movie. And Johnny Depp is the best part of the movie because of his performance. And then you have like Bela Lugosi, the character. Well, I mean, he's in the. How do I describe it? He's in the movie played by someone else, so I enjoyed that as well. And so, yeah. Anyways, if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, all that crap the YouTubers tell you to do. And let me know what your favorite Johnny Depp movies are in the comments. So goodbye, everybody. See you soon.